Okay, so we're going to talk about an event that is coming up, Women of Substance, and I have with me in the Trinidad studio Ms. Georgia McIntyre, who is the event producer, and joining us via Skype from Tobago is Onika Maz, Woman of Substance. Good morning, Onika. Good morning, Georgia.
Hi, good morning. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning, Georgia. Good morning,
Onika. It is a pleasure to have you joining us via Skype, because I think this is an important conversation for us to have. First, Georgia, as the event producer, why come up with an event like Women of Substance?
Women of Substance, shatter the silence, that's what we're saying. Shatter the silence and begin the healing. Yes? And it started with a song that I did this year, 2019. The song is Me Too, and it speaks to domestic violence and child sexual abuse. And the idea behind this is to we're releasing the video for the song, and we are raising funds to assist the Women of Substance organization in Tobago. Yes.
And Onika, you're a woman of substance. Do you mind sharing, your story with us?
The vision of the organization.
Okay, what I would do is say a bit about Women of Substance and who we are. I am the founder and president of Women of Substance non-profit organization. Our organization supports victims of domestic violence and abuse, female victims and their children. We have been in existence for the past 2 years. We have a support group called Sit and Chat with Onika Maz. That was established in October 2016. So we do counseling for victims. We offer support via our support group.
And how can people get in contact with this group?
Normally via our Facebook page, Women of Substance Tobago, or our phone contact, 485-9534.
And two of the things that were mentioned, domestic violence and sexual abuse against children. I want to go to the sexual abuse against children, because it is something now that is stirring up again. We look at what is happening there in Siparia, in that school where there are claims that a student was impregnated by a teacher. How do we treat with these things?
I think education has to continue. The issues must remain on the table. We cannot push it aside, push it under the table. We have to continuously talk about it and educate and try to empower our young people, our young women, to speak out whenever they are abused in any way that makes them feel uncomfortable, that they need to speak out. They need to reach out to those persons that are there and willing and able to help them.
Onika, is it a psychological thing for people to commit acts of domestic abuse or sexual acts against children?
I am not sure it's a psychological thing.
What do you think it is?
The thing about it is that these perpetrators, most of them may have been abused themselves, right? They may have been exposed to that environment at an earlier age. Some are just sickos. So hence the reason why we need to start the conversation and continue it. We need to continue to create that awareness. And it must not be a one-off thing. It must be every day. Every opportunity you're presented with, have the conversation so that we could change the narrative.
Yeah, and part of changing the narrative in this is, yes, you speak with the victims, but you also probably get an understanding from the perpetrators themselves. Is that something that the organization is doing or may do in the future?
The thing is, we focus on domestic violence and abuse mainly. We have had situations where children or victims may have been sexually abused. But we refer those cases to Choice Foundation, which is also based in Tobago, and they specifically deal with children and sexual abuse.
It's an interesting and important conversation. When you talk about education, and now, so we have this fundraiser coming up. And it is part of getting a music video out as well.
No, yes, it is.
Right.
Yes.
What is this music video going to end?
The video is on the song Me Too, which is a song, like I said, I did. And it speaks to the issue of domestic violence, anti-domestic violence, and child sexual abuse. So we're saying stand up. Stand up. In any way you've been abused, you've been made to feel uncomfortable, as I said before, This is empowering our women, our young ladies, our young men who have been abused as well, to stand up and say me too, to speak out.
So it is not just for females, it is for males and females.
Yes, males and females, because we are aware that our young men, our boys are at risk as well. Yes?
And this, so there is an event, the fundraiser, in aid of Women of Substance Building Project.
This comes off on Saturday, this Saturday, the 8th of June at the Little Carib Theatre, corner Robert and White Street in Woodbrook. And the performers are, well, myself included. There is Shraddha McIntyre, who is my daughter. There's Stacey Sobers Abraham, who is the 2018 Calypso Queen. There's Karen Tiny Williams, Karen Eccles, Lady Adana, Lady Watchman, that's Alana Sinnett. There's Destiny, which is my granddaughter. There is the 2 Cents Movement. Our MC is Philomene, yes. And Simi the trainee has come on board as well. She has asked to be a part of the cast as a victim of domestic violence as well.
And I hope that people get involved and share in this endeavor.
There's a small contribution of $200 for a very worthy cause, and the profits from this is going towards the Women of Substance Organization, Empowerment Center in Tobago.
All right, well, thank you very much, Georgia McIntyre, the event producer, and also Onika Maz, Women of Substance there in Tobago.
Thank you so very much.
It was a pleasure having you all to contribute to this very important conversation. We take a break and come back with more, David.